So I was speaking at the CMT conference in Dubai. I think this was February 2023. Gold was at 1700, $1,800. And you had the head of Bloomberg, research head of Bloomberg, and everybody, the best in the world from the US had come down for that conference. And I put out that view, and it's still there on public media at 1750, that gold is the next big opportunity that we are dealing with. And it's not equities as an asset class. Because prior to that move, for about 5 years, I saw gold building a base, silver building a base. See, nothing happens overnight. People feel that everything happens in the market overnight. But actually, when something big has to happen, the market leaves a message. It's like when there is dawn and when there is dusk, when there is sunrise and when there is sunset, you get an indication that the sunrise is going to happen and the sunset is going to happen, right? That's how nature is. So that's how we identified that trend in gold, because it was under-owned. Nobody spoke about it. It had done nothing for I think almost a decade. And there were too many geopolitical risks, that we were dealing with after the Trump factor. Looking at all of that, I just felt that the charts were beautifully placed. Honestly, I didn't expect that it would be a 2x or a 2.5x in a matter of 2 years. But then we got the trend and the trajectory right. As the late Rakesh ji used to say, the trajectory is more important than the magnitude. Magnitude, we are still trying to assess with where gold is today and silver is today. But it was a great trend, honestly. And anybody who was just in equities and ignored gold and silver because of its past would have missed out on an amazing rally. And we were quite lucky, because anybody who has been associated with Goldilocks, and in all my public interviews over the last couple of years, honestly, it's just been gold and silver.
2026 में आपको क्या लगता है गोल्ड के साथ क्या होगा?
I think it's very overdone. I think it's overdone because just like any asset class or any stock or an index, when something goes parabolic and when something reaches the retail crowd and gets projected as the next big thing over the next 5 to 10 years, you have to believe that it's at least getting close to a top. But if you are somebody taking a 3 to 5 year view, I wouldn't be negative on it. I still feel that this is a structural trend, but within the large structural trend, we need a largish correction of say 20-30%, at least, if not more, before the next trend can play out. So I have been aggressively recommending profit booking. Mr. Trump obviously has a lot to say, and with whatever he says, gold and silver gets impacted. But these are definitely not levels to make fresh investments. If somebody is long from lower levels, please stay invested, but think 5 years and also have the appetite to digest a 25% correction if and when it were to happen.
So you're saying that there's a possibility of gold being corrected 25% from these prices?
I think so. I think the rally has been so huge, it's only natural for corrections and retracements to take place. But at the same time, one should not fight the trend or look at going short. Let levels break.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, every investment decision is risk and reward.
Right.
At current levels of $4,800 or thereabouts, the risk reward is not justified for longs.
But why do you think that gold will correct 25%? What will be the factors driving that correction according to you?
See, the factor could be that you could have US and the president coming out with statements that could be a lot more comforting for the world. So if something like that were to happen, then I think easily you could see a large correction. Let's not forget a $1,700 has become a $4,900 without any meaningful correction. And my experience of the last 20 years tells me that when something goes up without meaningful corrections, it doesn't sustain. Mm-hmm. So I would love to see a likely longish period of consolidation before the next level.
Got it. Let's talk about silver. What do you think will happen to silver in 2026? And what's your reasoning of the big silver rally that is going on in the markets right now?
So again, we caught it very early on, to be honest, at $17, $18. I think in all my research reports, we spoke about silver being a big opportunity. In fact, even on TV, last year, January 24 and January 23, when I was called on business channels in India, I said that this year is not about equities, it's about gold and silver, and beautifully played out. And I'm very happy about it. My clients are happy about it. But now at $90, $95, I think it's priced in, because silver has behaved like a micro cap. It's moved like a micro cap. And the hard work was done in the last 6 years when silver was in an absolute range. There is a lot of logic to it in terms of industrial use and the fact that EV has come in, and in that there's going to be a lot of use for silver. So all of those triggers are there. But now it's really beyond fundamentals. Now it's just psychology and price action. But I don't see it as an opportunity anymore. I'm actually going back to equities as a better opportunity for probably this year and probably the next couple of years.